Hello, and welcome to the third installment of our trilogy that we're calling Kennedy's Picks.
The Great Trilogy.
This is part 3, and we always like to know if we're coming through loud and clear. So let us know while we're doing our little introduction. We're the Kennedys. If you haven't seen us before, we have our new backdrop that we love, and we got a lot of great comments on that. So we're going to keep that for a while. And this is our 74th show. Our 74th show. Haven't missed a week yet. All of them are archived. I know that Vicki Davis just posted on the YouTube chat. We have a really great YouTube community there. That she just watched my birthday show from last October. All of our shows are archived. All the specialty shows, and I think the next one she's going to watch is an Everly Brothers show. But for Vicki, we're going to start off with one of our picks, one of the almost 700 songs that we learned over the past 17 months. And this is one that we especially enjoyed playing. It was part of our birthday show, so Vicki is going to hear this twice in one day. It's a great Difford and Tilbrook song, aka Squeeze, and it's called Black Coffee in Bed. 2, 3, 4. There's a stain on my notebook where your coffee cup was. And there's ash in the pages, now I got myself lost. I am writing to tell you that my feelings tonight Star. And I love, you had to make a chart for this song because Squeeze songs are very jazzy. And I love your chart.
My chart.
There's a stain
A black coffee stain.
coffee stain on the chart.
The reason I had to make a chart is because there's a Bach-like section there with the descending bass line that's really different from what you usually hear in pop music. When it's at, now she's gone. You have this bass note, it's C sharp minor. That's kind of weird right there. And then you have this bass note. And then this one. And then this one. And then this one.
Yeah, it's very Bach-like.
Out with the friend. And you're kind of back to the song. So you've got that.
Play it with it now.
Chromatic.
Play
It's
it
like
with
on
the
the-
Bach-y chords like you just did, full on. Yeah. Somebody could do a piano
Yeah.
kind of arrangement, like
Yeah, it could be a
classical style.
classical.
Thus the chart. Yeah, there you go. That's how they do it.
Could be a classical guitar piece. Yeah.
All right, well, we're gonna do. I think we might have done this. Did we do this one on my birthday show too? We might
Yeah,
have.
we did.
I love my bad finger.
And this one, for the musically particularly astute, they might notice that there's a Bach-like chromatic descending line.
I'm
in this
sensing a
too.
theme. Ready? 2,
Yep.
3, 4. No matter what you are, I will always be with you. Doesn't matter what you do, girl. Ooh, girl, with you. No matter what you do, I will always be around. Won't you
So
Yeah.
check out the bridge,
Pete
the background part. Knock down the old gray wall, be a part of it all.
It could almost be a
And
Kinks song.
you keep going.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah.
It's a little like that Beatles song, You Won't See Me.
That's right. Yeah. This is what we do all day long.
Yeah,
It's
it's kind
compare
of
and
like you're
contrast.
all I need to get by.
Music lessons are free.
Yeah,
Hey,
I love this stuff.
we like to get this part of the show out of the way real quick. We'll keep it short. 73, 74 weeks now, and we've had two outdoor gigs recently. We've got another outdoor gig next week. But otherwise, we rely on you for tips for this show. This is our gig, and if it's of value to you, it's certainly of value to us to be here and just play music. It's valuable for our souls. And if it's valuable to you and you're able to help us out, keep the show going, keep us going, we surely appreciate it and are very, very grateful to you. You can send your contributions to venmo.com/the_Kennedys. That's one way. And another way is to send to paypal.me/thekennedysmusic. And there are other options for tipping as well, which you can find on our website, which is kennedysmusic.com, where you'll also find information about Pete's wonderful new book of fiction, kind of action adventure, a little bit of sci-fi, fantasy, travel. It's got everything. His book called Floodwood is available there. All of our albums are available up there, at least the ones that are still in print. And upcoming gigs, and also, cancellations. We've had to cancel a few of the indoor gigs we had booked because of the new raging variant. So you can find all Kennedy's information available right there on our website, kennedysmusic.com. And we're going to keep on going. Now, this is one of, these shows are our picks mostly. Mm-hmm. We're throwing in a couple of your requests, but this was one of mine. We did a whole Patsy Cline show. And, people know certain Patsy Cline songs. I Fall to
Crazy
Pieces,
and
Crazy, Walking After Midnight. But I loved it when she rocked out, She really loved rock and roll music.
It's such a great, you could do yourself a favor and get a box set or however you get music of Patsy Cline, all of her stuff. Because there's so many songs that weren't the hits that are just great.
I'll tell you one more
Especially
secret.
the rockabilly stuff.
I'll tell you one more secret. When I lived in Austin, Texas, a long time ago, more than 25 years ago, they had just issued a Patsy Cline box set, and it came out in two forms, in a CD set and a cassette box set, back when they had those.
Oh, yeah, those,
and I was very, very poor living in Austin. You don't have a lot of money, but you have a lot of soul, and there's music everywhere, and so that enriches you. But I had no spending money, or as they say, the money, the kind you fold.
Yeah.
I had none of that, not much. Anyway, my friend Pat Collins called me up one day, and he said, I won't tell you the record store, because they might come after me. But he said, they have the new Patsy Cline box set. And I said, on CD. I said, I can't afford a CD box set. He said, well, they mistakenly priced the CD box set at the cassette box set price. I think I got the 4 CD Patsy Cline box set for like $12.
Now, see, I would have bought the cassette box set. Because I used to collect, I had hundreds of cassettes.
You still have some.
I still have some of them.
Anyway, this is one of those rock and roll gems that Patsy Cline did. It's for all you card sharks out there. This is called Turn the Cards Slowly. 1, 2, 3. Turn the cards slowly while you're dealing, darling. I don't go double deal to win my heart. Turn the cards slowly while you're dealing, darling. I don't go breaking rules right from the start. With a rambling gambler, a reckless way you treat my heart's a sin. Each night down on my knees I pray your rambling ways will end. Turn the cards slowly while you're dealing, darling. And if you stack the deck, then I'll move on. Go on, Pete. impressed there.
I love doing rockabilly. It's just so much fun.
It's fun, right? Oh my
Get to
gosh.
pull out all the crazy licks.
Well, magic fingers. Stephen Viola says, you got magic fingers. Well, we're going to do one of my absolute all-time favorite songs. This is also I discovered this on a box set. I love buying box sets because they always throw in, because they know that people who are considering buying a box set probably already love that particular artist, probably have almost everything.
Have the basics.
And so they always put little gems in there.
go
They
deep.
sneak them in deep, yeah. And this is a deep track from the Aretha Franklin box set, which I absolutely love. It's a ballad, it's like Patsy Cline is really known for her ballads. The opposite is true with Aretha. She's really known for her, vocal acrobatics that she could do seemingly effortlessly. But when she hit a ballad, holy smokes, it gets you right there. And this is my favorite one of hers. Never Let Me Go. Just let me love you tonight. Forget about tomorrow. My darling, won't you hold me tight? Never let me go. Dry eyes, no tears, no sorrow. Cling to me with all your might. Never let me go. A million times more. You said we'd never part. Oh, but lately I find that you're a stranger in my heart. Give me the right in summer or in springtime to tell the world that you're all and you're every bit of mine, and you'll never let me go. Oh, no, never let me go. What a song. What a great song. Simple,
I love your
Simple.
tempo on that.
Yeah.
It's just so
It's just meditative.
It gives you. There's a story about a Tonight Show years ago when Ray Charles was on.
Yeah.
He was like a total master of tempo, and he was singing a really slow ballad, like "Drowning My Own Tears" or something.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
brings a tear. And so he's singing, and he goes, "Into my eyes, don't rush me, drummer.
Don't rush me, drummer.
When I begin, slow down, drummer. Stay with me, drummer." And he was like, he would not fool around.
Wow.
If you were playing with Ray Charles.
I'm going to answer a question here. I've actually gotten this quite a bit. Vicky, I think it was Vicky, these comments come so quickly that I lose them. Oh no, Pamela Winter said, she asked if we thought about doing a whole album of Torch songs, or other people have asked if we did a whole show of Torch songs. And personally, I love them, but I think if you do like a whole hour of them, it would just kind of get the same. To me, the Torch song is the spice in the middle of a You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like whenever we play live, we wouldn't do too many slow songs. We might put like one or two in a set just to kind of slow things down for a minute and then. But you might have different opinions, so you can all, I'm sure you'll all let me know.
When I was coming up, I played a lot of that kind of, when I first started playing, you had to know standards.
Yeah.
You had to be able to play and all that kind of stuff. You couldn't just go.
Yeah.
And so I learned a lot of those songs, and there's a lot of them that I really love. So every once in a while, when you want to sing one, it's kind of it's just a shift, a different color on the palette from
I agree.
folk and rock and stuff.
Well, we're going to shift to yet another color. This is a really cool Ian Tyson song that he wrote back in 1969, and it's one of those very evocative songs that kind of bring you to a culture that you may not have even, unless you're part of that culture, you may not have even considered before, and that's the cowboy. Ian Tyson is a real cowboy.
A real cowboy, like with a ranch and
cowboy hat. Not just the hat, but he's got the whole. He actually is a cowboy, an actual cowboy. And so he wrote this song, and it's I think pretty authentic. Someday Soon. And Pete's going to play the lap steel on this one.
There it is.
And I can tell you, of all the songs we're doing this week, Pete practiced this one the most because lap steel. He's got a new technique on this thing.
Makes it sound like a pedal steel.
So a pedal steel, just to give you something to listen for, a pedal steel, you play a note and then you have a pedal that you step on that bends the string for you.
Your foot
so
does it.
you're it's like the drummer has to go feet and hands.
But with this, you don't have any pedals.
It's just the lap steel. So you figured out a way to play the pedal with the lap steel. You're bending the note behind the. So you got here's the slide, and behind it is where you're bending the note. So listen, you can just watch and listen. I mean, this might be more information than you care for.
I'll probably do it all wrong now.
No, you won't. You won't do it. Ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Let's do that again. For me. There you go. There's a young man that I know. His age is 21. Comes from down in southern Colorado. live music. You get all my mistakes when you hear us play live. But that's okay. We're going to do another really, really great song that is written by Roland Sally. We did it one time before. And he was a songwriter. Where was he from, Pete?
Well, Woodstock, I think.
Woodstock area. So he was a singer-songwriter, and he ended up playing bass in Chris Isaak's band. But the first time I was aware of him was when, remember that great album, that very unlikely and extremely cool album, duet album that Robert Plant put out with Alison Krauss. And they actually did a cover of this song. And it just killed me. In fact, I loved it so much that I wanted to write it. You know, sometimes you'll hear a song and you go, oh, I wish I could write a song like that. And I wrote my song from my first solo album, Parade of Echoes, Sunburns Gold, as me trying to write a song like this. But this is his song, and it's called Killin' the Blues. 2, 3, 4. Leaves were falling just like embers, in colors red and gold. They set us on fire, burning just like a moonbeam in your eyes. Somebody said they saw me swinging the world by the tail, bouncing over a white cloud, killing the blues. Now I am guilty of something I hope you never do, because there is nothing sadder than losing yourself in love. Somebody said they saw me swinging the world by the tail, bouncing over a white cloud, killing the blues. Now you ask me just to leave you, to go out on my own and get what I need to. You want me to find what I've already had. Somebody said they saw me swinging the world by the tail, bouncing over a white cloud, killing the blues. Somebody said they saw me swinging the world by the tail, bouncing over a white cloud, killing the blues.
song, eh?
Yeah, and it just, you know, it makes you feel like, you know, that when he wrote it, it wasn't just some random thought he had. He probably was processing some personal experience, I'm going to guess. I mean, a great writer can write about anything, but it's a very deeply moving and sad song to me. So we're going to kick it up a notch and do a happy song.
This is a happy song.
And we're going to dedicate this now. I know that this pandemic is gaining force again, the new variant. But at the same time, New York City has this whole new plan. They're opening a lot of stuff that had been closed, indoor gatherings, gyms, restaurants, and indoor, Broadway and concert venues and stuff. But you have to show proof of vaccination. That's the thing. If you want to participate in New York, you got to be vaccinated and you have to bring proof. So we thought that's a little something to celebrate. So we're going to do a song that was written about New York City by a person who came to New York City for the very first time. This is a great song. You can sing along. This is called Downtown. When you're alone and life is making you lonely, you can't always go downtown. When you've got worries, all the noise and the hurry seems to help, I know. Downtown, just listen to the music of the traffic in the city. Linger on the sidewalk where the neon signs are pretty. How can you lose? The lights are much brighter there. You can forget all your troubles, forget all your cares, and go downtown. Things will be great when you're downtown. You'll find a place for sure downtown. Everything's waiting for you downtown. Don't hang around and let your problems surround you. There are movie shows downtown. Maybe you know some little places to go to where they never close downtown. Just listen to the rhythm of the gentle bossa nova. You'll be dancing with them too before the night is over. Happy again. The lights are much brighter there. You can forget all your troubles, forget all your cares, and go downtown, where all the lights are bright. Downtown, waiting for you tonight. Downtown, you're gonna be alright now. Downtown. Downtown. Downtown, and you may find somebody kind to help and understand you. Someone who is just like you and needs a gentle hand to guide them along. So maybe I'll see you there. You can forget all your troubles, forget all your cares, and go downtown. Things will be great when you're downtown. If you're vaccinated, go downtown, 'cause everything's waiting for you downtown. Downtown. Downtown.
I hope someone out there picked up a trumpet and played that.
Yeah. Do you know who that was on the record?
No, I don't. It was cut in London, but
They often don't. They often didn't credit the studio
the great
musicians.
Bobby Graham on drums, who played
Yeah.
on a lot of things, and he has all those great fills. That's a great record.
All right, this next one is one of the Dylan songs that is just. I mean, this is kind of obvious to say, but it's absolutely pure poetry.
Yeah,
You know.
it's been called a great nature poem, and it's even been called a great religious poem, although it's not, denominational in any way. But it's that Walt Whitman, Henry David Thoreau kind of. It's like from the cradle endlessly rocking.
Yeah.
Whitman, you know, the way they can, those poets can look at nature and then draw this huge universality out of it.
Yeah.
Dylan could do that when he was still just a kid.
We're gonna send this out to Ricky 12 String too, because he's a big Birds fan, and the Birds did a
And we
really
got,
good version.
Of course, the Rickenbacker.
We got the
12 string.
Rickenbacker, Ricky Backy. Ready?
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Lay down your weary to lay down.
Lay down the songs you strum, and rest yourself neath the strength of strings. No voice can hold to struck by the sounds before the sun. I knew the night had come, the morning breeze like a bugle against the drums of dawn. Lay down your weary to lay down. Lay down the song you strum, and rest yourself neath the strength of strings. No voice can hold to the ocean wild like an organ playing. The seaweed's woven strands, the crashing waves like cymbals crash against the rocks and sand. Lay down your weary to lay down. Lay down the song you strum, and rest yourself neath the strength of strings. No voice can hold to the last of leaves fell from the trees and clung to a new love's trust. The branches bare like a banjo moan to the winds that listen the best. Lay down your weary to lay down. Lay down the song you strum, and rest yourself neath the strength of strings. No voice can hold to lay down your weary to lay down. Lay down the song you strum, and rest yourself neath the strength of strings. No voice can hold to I know you're all singing along with that last chorus.
Yeah, that's. I mean, that's another great song.
Yeah.
And Dylan, I think he wrote that in Carmel at the in California at the
Yeah.
Baez.
Yeah.
Sort of
Compound.
vacation. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, where they lived out there, looking out at the sea, like Robinson Jeffers or one of those West Coast poets. He's one of these. Some of these geniuses like Picasso and Mozart, they can kind of range over every genre and every style and be great at all of it. So Dylan could write those surrealistic Desolation Row kind of songs. Then he can write straight up blues songs and funny songs and country songs, and then he could write something like that, you know, that's like this beautiful impressionistic poem, and they're all great, like across the board. He's not limited to any. He's not limited in any way, and it's just it's inspiring, I think, really. Every time we delve into his catalog, which we do a lot. it's
Oh.
like Shakespeare if you're an actor.
That's
you know,
right.
you go back to that taproot of the whole thing, which for in our kind of milieu is Dylan.
And then for all rock and roll bands, there's another Taproot. And we're going to do one of those songs.
Yeah.
We don't even, this needs no introduction.
This is another Rickenbacker 12-string band, although they're not thought of that way.
Yeah.
Because it was like this crunchy, distorted sound. But when I saw them open for Herman's Hermits,
Gee,
the
who
gu-
are you talking about?
the guitar player, whose name I will not mention, was playing a Rickenbacker 12-string.
Ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. I don't mind other guys dancing with my girl. That's fine. I know them all pretty well. But I know sometimes I must get out in the light. Better leave her behind where the kids are alright. The kids are alright. Sometimes I feel I gotta get away. Bells chime, I know I gotta get away. And I know if I don't, I'll go out of my mind. Better leave her behind where the kids are alright. The kids are alright. I know if I go, things will be a lot better for her. I had things planned, but her folks wouldn't let her. Don't mind other guys dancing with my girl. That's fine. Know them all pretty well. And I know that I must get out in the light. Better leave her behind. That the kids are alright. The kids are alright. Sometimes I feel I gotta get away. Bells chime, know I gotta get away. And I know if I don't, I go out of my mind. Better leave her behind. If the kids are alright, the kids are alright. The kids are alright. The kids are alright. Do my windmill.
The windmill.
Yeah,
And when
that's
Townsend
fun.
played the Rickenbacker, he wore it up, everybody wore it up real high. Harrison did that too.
Also, whenever
Glenn did.
Townsend smashed a guitar, he put the good guitar down and then picked up like a Sears guitar and smashed that.
Yeah, when I saw them way early on, he played the Rickenbacker 12-string, and he also played a Gibson double neck, the kind that Jimmy Page played later on. And but he took both of those off and handed them. They went off the stage, and he played a little Fender, not a Mustang, but even like more of a student guitar. And yeah, he
Smash
smashed
those up.
he smashed it, yeah. And they threw smoke bombs all over the stage, and Keith Moon had the pictures of Lily drum set. He threw those all, kicked them all over the place. And there was smoke everywhere and smashed up instruments and stuff. And they sort of came out and swept up the stage, and then Hermits came on and sang, Mrs. Brown, you've got a lovely daughter. It was great, because the girls in the audience.
Something for the girls.
Yeah, not to be sexist about it, but I was in like a rock
It was a
and
different
roll.
era.
I was in a garage band. We were there for the Who. you
Yeah.
know. But Hermits, they were great too.
Well, we're going to do another song that is, I think we must have done this on the Hollies special. The Hollies, we did a Kinks Hollies special.
Yeah,
Paired those
I
two
think
bands
that's
up.
when we did it.
And I think we did this one and that one. And it's a later Holly's song. And I remember seeing them live in the 80s. And was it Tony that played the harmonica usually?
No, I think Alan.
Alan Clark played the harmonica. And he forgot. Now, I don't know if this was a shtick, if they did this at every show, but at the show I went to in Syracuse, he said he forgot his harmonica. And when it got to the intro, he went. He did it like by fake with his hands and stuff.
And then probably the next night in Cleveland, he forgot his harmonica.
Probably.
And the next
So-
night in-
We don't have a harmonica holder, like Bob Dylan does. So we're going to rely on you to play the hand harmonica on this song. And we're going to, as we did the last time, we're going to send this out to all the caregivers who are facing a new wave of darkness in their work and their selfless work.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah.
2, 3, 4. The road is long with many a winding turn that leads us to who knows where, who knows where. But I'm strong enough to carry him. He ain't heavy, he's my brother. So on we go. His welfare is my concern. No burden is he to bear. We'll get there. For I know he would not encumber me. He ain't heavy, he's my brother. If I'm laden at all, I'm laden with sadness that everyone's heart isn't filled with the gladness of love for one another. It's a long, long road from which there is no return. While we're on the way to there, why not share? And the Lord doesn't weigh me down at all. He ain't heavy, he's my brother. He's my brother. He's my brother. He ain't heavy. He's my brother.
That
Yes.
song will never get old.
Now, we're getting close to the end. Stay tuned after this song. We're going to let you know about a very special special that we're going to do next week. But this right now here, I got one request earlier in the week from Joanne Corsano, who usually somehow She's very demanding, Joanne, but we love her. But we usually get at least one of her requests in every week, and she really remembers and really loves the Summer of Love special. And she asked us to do. She said, "Can you either do White Rabbit or Purple Haze?" So we thought we would like smush them both together for Joanne. Ready?
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. 2, 3, 4. One pill makes you larger, and one pill makes you small, and the one that love gives you don't do anything at all. Go ask Alice when she's 10 feet tall. And if you go chasing rabbits and you know you're going to fall, tell 'em a smoking caterpillar has given you the call. Call us when she was just small. When the man on the chessboard get up and tell you where to go, and you just had some kind of mushroom, and your mind is moving low, go ask Alice. I think she'll know when logic and proportion have fallen sloppy dead, and the white knight is talking backwards, and the red queen's off with her head. Remember what the dormouse said. Feed your head. Feed your head.
Real haze in my brain. Crazy things I don't seem to say. Acting funny, but I don't know why. Excuse me while I kiss the sky. Real haze all around. Don't know what's up or down. Am I happy or in misery? Whatever it is, that girl put a spell on me. Help me. Help me.
You know what I like about that? Well, there's a lot of things to like about that song, but you need work on that. Well, that song, I mean, for me, as a rhythm guitar player, I could never figure out if it was an E major or E minor. And then I realized it's an E modal, which means no third.
And it's a Stravinsky chord. This chord has the major third and the minor third. That's why it's so dissonant.
So what I do, but what I play neither. So I play what looks like an E chord, but I don't press down my index finger. I just hold it on the string so it deadens it, so that I'm hearing 1, 5, then 1, and then that string's dead, and then a 5, 1. So there's no third in there. If I put that finger down, that would be either a major third or a major third or a minor third. But I take both of those out, so I just have the modal 1 and 5.
And that's a transit. You know, Hendrix was a soul musician. He was a backup for Isley Brothers, Ike and Tina Turner, Wilson Pickett, Little Richard, everybody. And so, if you think of this Memphis soul song, Mary Mac, dressed in black, silver buttons all down her back, hi-ho, the tippy toe, she
Excuse
broke the
me,
needle and she can't sew.
Right, yeah.
It's like the same form as Walking the
We
Dog,
all do
but he
this sort of
totally
thing.
reinvented. Like his thing was, he was such a visionary, he wanted to take blues and soul and reinvent them, and he did, successfully.
So we're going to do one more song for you. First, I want to tell you on this coming Saturday, we have a show, a live outdoor socially distanced show on Long Island at the Landmark Theater in the parking lot. It's called Live at the Lot, or Live in the Landmark Lot. And it's limited to 150 people. We still have a very few tickets that are still available. You have to get tickets. So you can get information on that at kennedysmusic.com. I know a bunch of you are coming already because I want to make sure we get to say hello to all y'all, as they say. But if in case of rain, check our website because they have plans for if it rains. So and then next week, one of our listeners suggested that we get all kinds of great suggestions from y'all, that we do a dance party. So next week's going to be a little different in that we're going to do, well, it's going to be all dance songs to get, and we want you to dance. So we're not going to do as much talking in between, I don't think.
It'll be a socially distant dance.
Yeah,
Because
so you dance
you'll
with
be
yourself.
like hundreds of miles from the nearest person. So.
But it'll be like an hour of, like, if you need exercise, this will be for you.
And you can dance like nobody's watching. 'Cause
That's right, nobody will be. So that's next week.
Yeah.
And we're going to end with a song that, now we did this song, we did a little snippet of it, just a little bit of it when you did Pete's Pawn Shop, because we squoze like 70 songs into that hour.
In different instruments, so I wanted to do something on the balalaika.
On the balalaika. Yeah. So,
But it's such a great song.
It is.
It's such a narrative. It has so much great nostalgia and stuff in it. It's just a really cool song.
I'm going to start this.
It's like a short story. It's like a Chekhov
It
story.
is very Chekhov. In fact, well, you might want to go back and listen to the recording of it because the arrangement is fantastic. It's very moody and it sets the scene.
Paul McCartney.
Paul McCartney. We'll go on about Paul McCartney again. I'm going to start with the changes just once. Once upon a time there was a tavern where we used to raise a glass or two. Remember how we laughed away the hours and think of all the great things we would do. Those were the days, my friend, we thought they'd never end. We'd sing and dance forever and a day. We lived the life we choose, we'd fight and never lose for I'd see you in the tavern, we'd smile at one another and we'd say, those were the days, my friend. We thought they'd never end. We'd sing and dance forever and a day. We'd live the life we'd choose. We'd fight and never lose. Those were the days. Oh yes, those were the days. Just tonight I stood before the tavern. Nothing seemed the way it used to be. And in the glass I saw a strange reflection. Was this lonely woman really me? Those were the days, my friend. We thought they'd never end. We'd sing and dance forever and a day. We'd live the life we'd choose. We'd fight and never lose. Those were the days. Oh yes, those were the days. La 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 Through the door there came familiar laughter. I saw your face, I heard you call my name. Oh, my friend, we're older but no wiser. For in our hearts our dreams are still the same. Those were the days, my friend. We thought they'd never end. We'd sing and dance forever and a day. We'd live the life we'd choose. We'd fight and never lose. Those were the days. Oh yes, those were the days. And with that, we close the tavern door for another week. And we'll see you back here next week. Bring your dancing shoes.
Yeah.
Put those blue. You gonna wear your blue suede shoes?
Oh yeah, I'll have mine.
I'll be wearing probably, I don't know, maybe my bowling shoes because they rock.
Yep. So be ready to do.
Thank
some
you all so
dancing.
much for being here again, sharing the joy, sharing the music, and being such a great community. We love seeing you all on the chat window, and we always go back and see what you're all talking about. So mask up, even if you're vaccinated, and take care of yourselves, take care of one another, and we will. I always have trouble putting it back on again. We will see you here next week, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, as always. Thank you.